Illustrator Preferences. Actually, virtually any Mac application, the preferences are found underneath the application name in the menu bar. If you come down to Preferences and click it, nothing happens. Anytime you see a flyout menu, and that's what these arrows indicate, there are other choices here. You need to wander over and then select something. Let's start with units because this is a weird one in the Mac lab. Virtually no other teacher or Illustrator user does this. We work in pixels in here. Okay, there are times we work in inches, but that's only for print work. But Illustrator is set up to work in CMYK in print work, but with the exception of things we send to the district print office, we are working for the inkjet printer, that big honking thing in front of my desk. And it wants RGB files. So just trust me on this. Change each of these to pixels. And it's going to make things easier that I don't have to explain what points and picas are, because it's a valuable piece of information. And if you're going to be a graphic designer, you need to know what points and picas are. But for the most part, very few of you are going to do that. If you are, come talk to me and we'll spend some time with that one-on-one. But for now, all pixels, and then go to type, the one right above it, and change the size and leading to, you don't have to type the 0, you can type 0.5, 5, and 0.5. These give us more control. And if you leave them, I believe they're at 2, 20, and 2 by default. If you leave them there, it's just clunky. And when I show you the keyboard shortcuts, when we get to type, it's not going to work as well. So trust me on this. Okay? General. These change depending upon what we're doing. I just turned scale, strokes, and effects on because of what I did recently where the stroke didn't scale. Sometimes you want it, sometimes you don't. But for right now, go ahead and just match what I have here. Go ahead, hold yours up. You can reduce the size of the window and get Illustrator and the video side by side so you can see what I have selected, and go ahead and match that. Now for the rest of these, you don't have to worry about a lot, but the user interface, I don't know. Do you like light? This is way back to the Illustrator 10 days. And before, it used to have a really light interface. Then they went a little darker. Now this is the default interface in Illustrator. I don't know, because of the impending release of Mojave and dark mode on the Mac, where the menu turns dark. I can't wait for that because that's going to be cool. I'll go dark. You don't have to. Pick the one that works for you. You can pick light. Pick whatever you think looks cool, but just remember you can change it under user interface. Now let's not mess with performance or file handling or appearance of black. For right now, that's good enough. You can click OK. You can always come back and change the preferences in any program right here. And they used to require quitting the program, and there are very few settings which require you to quit the program in order for it to show you, to make the display actually take. Hey, this thing's pretty cool, isn't it? So there you go. That's preferences, and we will begin making cool stuff like this after not too long.